Hi, everyone. My name is John Lord. I am your instructor for Accounting 58. Happy New Year. Welcome to the winter 24 quarter. I wanted to put this welcome video together so that you can see how we're going to navigate the course this term here at Deanne's in L84, getting ready for another class that I'm teaching here, accounting here at Deanne's Accounting 1A this quarter. A little bit about my background. I've been teaching for nearly 30 years, teaching the CPA exam for many years. And then I've been teaching at the university and college level for about 10 years. Prior to teaching full-time, which I do now, I also worked for the federal government, an agency called the Government Accountability Office. GAO is the auditing investigative arm of Congress. And I spent, as I mentioned, 26 years in the San Francisco field office of the GAO doing various financial statement and program audits. I am a CPA in the state of California. And as I've mentioned, I've been teaching. Some of the time that I was teaching, I was also still working for the government, but been teaching the CPA exam. I teach at Golden Gate University and at Stanford University, as well as here at Deanne's College. At Golden Gate, I run a program called the CPA Applied Program. In that program, we have classes that line up with the four parts of the CPA exam: the financial, the audit, the regulation, and then, as you now know, instead of business, environment, and concepts, there are three disciplines. This some trimester over at Golden Gate, for example, we'll be doing the business accounting and reporting discipline of the exam. You're going to see that there's some information here about the CPA exam. If you have questions about the requirements to sit for the exam, requirements for licensure, etc., please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I've spent quite a bit of time helping students to prepare for the exam, know if they've met the requirements to sit for the exam, etc. So don't hesitate to reach out with questions. Okay, so you can see on the screen, I do have the student view for our class here on Canvas. And when you open, you'll see this screen. If you're watching this video, you probably figured out that the welcome video, which I haven't posted yet because I'm recording it, is right there for you. Obviously, if you're watching that, you figured that out. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and start with the syllabus, and I'm just opening it here so that you can see how to open the syllabus and what it looks like. Okay. And so you'll click just like that. It'll download for you, and then you can open it accordingly. And I'm just going to go over some key elements of the syllabus and then the way Canvas is organized and how we're going to work week to week to go through the class. Okay, so let me just go ahead and put this in a little bigger view so you can see that. Okay, you can see my telephone. That's my cell phone. You can call, you can text. Okay, sometimes students are afraid to go ahead and call to speak to me for whatever reason these days. Folks don't like to talk voice on the phone that much, but you're welcome to call that, text me, or email me. This is an online class. My office hours, and I've put the Zoom link here, but if we go back to Canvas, you can also see the Zoom link to my office hour there. Let me go back to that. You can find the link right there. I'm not going to, well, I guess I can open it. You'll see the link there. And the office hours are on Thursdays from 10 to 11:30 a.m. or by appointment. You can, reach out to me and we can set a time if that time is convenient for you. Okay. Now, as we look at the syllabus, put that back up. The textbook, it's a McGraw-Hill textbook. The textbook is optional. You do not have to get the textbook. And I do have a URL here. I suggest you copy and paste that into your browser, and that's going to allow you to go in. And I suggest that you take advantage of the 2-week trial period before you decide whether or not you want to pay to acquire the textbook, and you can acquire it directly from McGraw-Hill by following this URL. You have to follow this URL because that's where I have various assignments and whatnot that you can optionally acquire. The book is optional. The book is optional. It is optional. You do not have to get it. But it is there for you if you want a textbook. And I recommend, since McGraw-Hill offers you a 2-week trial period, that you go ahead and take advantage of that. And if you think that the book and the homework assignments are helpful to you, then I would suggest that you go ahead and acquire it. Otherwise, you don't have to acquire the textbook for this class. I have slides that I'll go through in recorded lectures such as this one and walk you through the material, walk you through some potential questions like what you might see on the exams we're going to have in here. And that will be how we will get through the course. You do not have to acquire this textbook, but you should take advantage of the 2-week trial period to see if you indeed do want to acquire that. This course really lines up pretty closely with the auditing section of the CPA exam. If you haven't had exposure to auditing, of course, you've already taken some accounting, but now we're on the other side of the equation. Instead of being the individual that's going to preparing financial statements, we're going to be looking at the standards and requirements to actually audit those statements. And we're really focusing on 2 sets of standards, the Sarbanes-Oxley standards, which are relevant to public companies, and then the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants standards, statements on auditing standards that are applicable to non-public companies, although there's quite a bit of overlap, and you'll see that we'll talk about that in some of the early lectures, the way the standards work. Okay, I'm going to let you go through the syllabus on your own and read through some of the policies, but let's take a look at grading policy. Most of our points in this class will come from 3 exams, 2 midterms, and a final, each worth 100 points. The final is not comprehensive. Okay, and I'll show you the chapters that are going to be covered on that in a minute. And then we'll have a guest speaker write-up. I am hoping to get a speaker from one of the large CPA firms to come in and talk about career opportunities in the accounting profession. And I think that might be something that will be useful to you. And so I think it'd be okay if we go ahead. And I'll probably ask for a 1-page write-up on what the speaker talks about. That will be our writing assignment for this class. You can see the grading, nothing real interesting there, frankly, pretty standard. Most of my students live up in here. Okay, it is rare that I have a student that finds themselves in some of these lower grade areas. Okay, now the one thing, okay, that where I do have students run into a little bit of trouble in my classes when they don't take the exam when it's assigned. I'm going to show you the due dates. You're going to see the due dates. You need to put those down. It's a pretty easy to follow policy about how we do the exams, but I need you to take the exam when it is scheduled. I don't have sympathy for missing exam. Okay, so you need to take that exam. Okay, when the dates come. Okay, and I'll show you that in a minute. Don't cheat. There's no reason for that. I'm going to tell you what I want you to know, and then I'm going to test you on what I've asked you to learn in this class. Okay, and you can see some of the other information there. Okay, now week to week, okay, what we're going to do, class starts on a Monday for the week. We'll go through the chapters that are listed in those weeks. You'll see lectures. I'm going to show you where the lectures are in Canvas in a minute. You watch the lectures, you learn the material. I have slides, I have lectures. You learn the material that way. And in each lecture, I have example questions. It'll be very, 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 very similar to the ones that you'll see on your exam. Okay. And then you'll see some of the homeworks and some of the questions in the optional homework assignments I've set up in McGraw-Hill. You don't have to get those, but if you think those are useful, then I would suggest you go ahead and pay the fee for the book and stuff, and so you can take advantage of some of that. These are the dates for the exam, guys. They are in red. Write them down right now. Okay, so put them on your calendar right now, or on your phone, or however you have to program that, so that you know the dates of the exam. The exams will open on Monday. They will stay open all the way. They'll open at 12 a.m. on the Monday. For example, that first exam will open on February 5th at 12 a.m. and it'll stay open that entire week, and it'll close on Saturday at 11:59 p.m. Let me just look at my calendar to make sure I'm speaking the right date to you. Okay, so it'll open on February 5th. That's a Monday at 12 a.m. That's at midnight, right? And then it'll stay open all the way until 11:59 on, I said that Saturday, on Sunday, the 11th. So I have it open for a whole week. You pick the 3-hour period in which you will work 20 multiple choice questions and one objective format question, probably a matching or something like that. So you work the multiple choice questions, which are worth 4 points each for 80 points. And then we have a format question, objective format like matching or something, which is worth 20 points. And you can get partial credit if you get some of the matching right and others not right, then you'll get partial credit for that. Okay. Every exam works the same way. Okay, and you can see that it'll open on the Monday, it'll close on the Sunday. It's open for a full week. You pick the 3-hour window within that week that you want to work that exam. Okay. Now, going back to Canvas, okay, just so we see where the lectures are, you see the slides, and then you will see the lecture for that. Okay, and you click on those, it takes you out to my Google the page, what do you call it? YouTube page on Google, the YouTube, where you can go and watch the lecture. You watch the lecture, you'll see that there are questions in there. And then as we move closer to the exams, I'll be providing you some midterm prep questions. It'll be very, very similar. I set it up since our first exam covers chapters 1 through 6. At this time, that's all you can see. When it is time, you will click into quizzes. You won't be able to see these now because I haven't opened them yet, but you will click into quizzes. Okay, and that's where you'll see the quizzes. I haven't made them available yet because it's not time for that yet, but that's where you'll work the quizzes. You work them right here in Canvas, 20 multiple choice questions, one objective format question, 100 points total, 4 points each for the multiple choice, 20 points for that objective format question. And you pick the 3-hour window during the weeks that are indicated as I've shown on the syllabus. Okay, that's the way we are scheduling things. Again, the exams are given in Canvas on the time that is mentioned. You need to take the exams during those times. I give you a full week of available time to pick that time when you will look at those exams and take those exams. There's no reason that you shouldn't do very, very well on those exams and on the class. For the guest speaker, what I'll be doing is inviting them probably to this classroom to speak live. I'll record it, and then I'll post the recording up so that you can watch it. And I'll let you know the date if you want to come and see the thing live. You're welcome. It'll be on a Monday or a Wednesday from 11:30 to 1:30, which is the time that my class runs here. And I am on campus on Mondays and Wednesdays if you want to reach out to me at that time. But I'll let you know when that's going to be in advance, the date that it's going to be. It's going to be either on Monday or Wednesday this quarter. And I'll post a recording. I don't expect you to, have to be here for that. So I'll post a recording for that. And then you can write up that one page. And I'll give you a rubric of what things I want you to respond to. Okay, I think that really covers the things that I wanted to talk about. Again, if you have questions, reach out to me. Again, the textbook is optional. Okay, take advantage of the 2-week trial period to see if indeed you want to acquire the book. If you do, you can acquire it, and you'll see some of the homework questions and stuff that I have up there. Again, I'm not giving points for homework, but I'm also not requiring you to turn anything into me for homework. But I do have some homework type questions up there that are similar to what you'll see on your exams, and some students like that extra batting practice, although in each lecture, there are embedded questions that are similar to those that are in that homework. So anyway, that's how that's going to work. Okay. All right. Hopefully we'll get to know each other during this quarter, and good luck with the rest of your classes.